Wow, that was a great opening week of football. Am I right, guys? Anyway, how's it going, everyone? It's your boy, Aware Freezer, back again in that video. And today I'm going over the week one of the NFL reactions. This week had some ups and it had some downs. It had some injuries and it had some glories. Without further ado, let's get on with our kickoff game. And I love you all. First game we have is the Cowboys losing to the Eagles 24-20. Now, before I get on to this game, I just have to say that Dak Prescott should not get any slander from this game at all. This game was sold by the Dallas Cowboys receivers, mostly, what's his name, CD Lamb, Butterfinger Lamb, Can't Catch a Lamb. Yeah. Anyway, starting off with the Eagles, they look pretty good. Like I said, they're like the defending champs. I said they're going to be like the same team. Saquon was Saquon was okay, but AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, I have no idea where they went. They probably were on like an island, not that type of island. Jalen Hurts type of stuff. But yeah, this match was pretty. Yeah, give it like a 7.5 out of 10. Also, Jalen Carter, why'd you spit, man? No spitting. Can't spit on a man. That's dishonest, man. Can't. Next match we have of is the Chiefs versus the Chargers in Brazil, free on YouTube. Now, I was totally wrong on our predictions that the Chiefs will never lose in week one, but I don't know what happened this week, but they lost in week one to the Chargers. I don't. The Chargers look like a great playoff team, and they could steal the West if they don't choke it. But the Chiefs are still the Chief. We got Travis Kelsey being a just like friendly fire and injuring his own teammates. Justin Herbert looked like an MVP this game. This game was nuts. I danced the whole night. I stayed up all night just celebrating that the Chiefs lost this game. Anyway, this game was a great. Next match we have of is the Colts blowing out the Dolphins as exactly as I said. You can go check my prediction videos to see. I told you that Daniel Jones has the ghost of Kevin O'Connell, the quarterback master. I told you, he can make a piece of sludge throw for 300 yards. And what did Daniel Jones do? He blew out the Miami Dolphins. People call me a madman, but I know my stuff with football. I called that Daniel Jones would blow out the Dolphins, and I was 100% right. All right, next match we have of is the Steelers beating the Jets at the Jets. Now, I was right on the winner, the Steelers, but I was totally wrong about the points and the type of game this would be. I predicted that this game would be a sleeper 10-7, but I was totally wrong. This game was a shootout for some reason. Aaron Rodgers turned back into MVP form all of a sudden. He was just petty. And Justin Fields, he turned into Oklahoma days. Ohio State. He turned back the clock and this is just a shootout. But one thing I have to say about this game is where was the defense for Steelers? I thought this defense was supposed to be like top 10. Same with the Jets. I thought the guy came, I forget his name, the Jets head coach that was from the Lions. I thought he was supposed to be good. I thought he was supposed to be defensive. 34 points doesn't seem defensive to me, does it? Jags versus the Panthers was an interesting game, to say the least. Bryce Young looked like trash. Trevor Lawrence, he was good, but he wasn't excellent. He wasn't like a top 15. He was just like manageable. He just led his team against the garbage Panthers. I thought this game was going to be closer than it is. The Panthers, I think it's time to move on from Bryce Young. I just think so. He after 3 years, he hasn't done that much. He had a like tiny spark at the end of last year. Same with the now with the Jags. I see nothing but brightness from that team. Anyway, this game was a dud for me. Now the Cardinals versus the Saints was a totally different story than what I predicted. I predicted that the Saints would. I predicted that the Cardinals would destroy the Saints 21-3, but I was wrong. I have no idea why this game was so close that it was. Spencer Rattler did pretty good. I have, but the defense for the Saints, how did they get 5 sacks? How? Anyway, Arizona should not have kept the Saints in this game, and I think this is going to cost them in future games. Because if you let the Saints be like competitive with you, then you are not that good of a team. Anyway, this game was pretty. Like I said in the video with the Giants versus the Commanders blew them out, but not by points, just by sheer footballiness. Don't even know if that's a word, but the Commanders just own the Giants now. The Giants suck. Russell Wilson should never start a football game, and the Giants should start Jackson Dart as soon as possible. Maybe this season, maybe next week, but knowing the Giants, they probably won't start until week 12 because that's what the Giants love to do. They love to screw up. Now, this game, the Bucks versus the Falcons, I was pretty on point with this game. I predicted that this game was going to end 28-25, last second field goal, but the actual game was 23-20, missed field goal. So I was off by 3 points. Uh, I was so close to predicting the right score, but I don't know how the Bucks do it, but every year their offense just stays the same as electric offense I've seen. They even got a new young receiver that they're gonna abuse in that system. Now the Falcons, I have no idea. Bijan is their whole offense. Michael Penix almost said the wrong word. I don't want to get demonetized, but Michael Penix looked pretty good in this. He might be there a long while from what I've seen today. But this game was pretty good, what I've seen. But Younghoe Koo, how did you miss that? You're Younghoe Koo. You're supposed to make the field goals. Make sure the kick goes through the. Anyway, this game was pretty good. We finally won week 1. Wow. But I am very disappointed in the Bengals this week against the Browns. We should not have won that game. We should have lost by 4 points because I have no idea, but whoever was controlling that guy, the kicker, he was on our side. I think we bribed him a little bit. But come on, Bengals. We got to do better about how we win our games. We got to stop them from getting in the red zone and stop the points. Anyway, let's just hope the next game for the Bengals will be better. All right, next game we have the Patriots. Now, I thought the Patriots. No, I thought Drake May was gonna be a totally different person than he was today. He was underwhelming, but I still believe that in the next 3 years, that Drake May will develop into a top 5 QB. Take my word for it right now. Anyway, for the Raiders, Geno Smith, what's his name? Ashton Genty, and I forget the tight end's name, but they did pretty well. But I hope the tight end, Brock Bowers, is okay and he gets well. All right, next game we have is the Niners at the Seahawks. Now, I did pick the Niners to win, but I didn't expect this type of game. And I'm really hoping that George Kittle's okay and Brock Purdy. I don't want to see them injured. I'm a football fan, but I'm anyway. Bless you. The Seahawks looked good until the end when they tried to come back, but Sam Darnold decided, you know what, I'm going to go back to peak Jets Sam Darnold, not Minnesota Sam Darnold. Brock Purdy, he was pretty good. The ending catch with the third string tight end was pretty awesome. Anyway, I like this game. This game was pretty fun to watch. All right, next match we have is the Broncos versus the Titans. Now, I thought that this game was going to be a blowout by the Broncos, but this game was a close game, surprisingly. I don't know how it was from the Broncos having 6 sacks, from the Titans receivers not being able to catch. I have no idea how this was a close game. But the offense for the Broncos, boy, they need to get their stuff fixed together. Cam Ward's debut as an NFL quarterback was pretty good. Now, most quarterbacks when they start, they probably lose by 2 possessions. So this game was pretty good for Cam. Hope to see better things for him in the future of the NFL. All right, now we got the Lions versus the Packers. Now I chose the Lions because I am a bandwagon and I thought they were going to be the same thing as last year. But I was wrong. The Packers actually spanked the Lions with Micah Parsons. Also, screw you, Jerry Jones. Anyway, uh, Packers are going to be a threat in the NFC now that they have Micah Parsons. The Lions, on the other hand, I have no idea. Maybe this is just a week one thing, or maybe they just suck now. Anyway, this matchup was pretty good. Now we have the Rams versus the Texans. Now, I was completely wrong about how this game is going to go. I was for sure thinking that Matthew Stafford was going to throw for 6,000 passing yards and 700 TD passes, but I was wrong. This game was a snooze fest. The Texans did not score a single touchdown, and I think this match was pretty good. Well, not good. This matchup was pretty bad. Texans suck. Rams are good. Goodbye. Now we got the game of the year, which was Ravens at the Bills. This game was cinema. I almost orgasmed during this. This game was better than any game over the past 5 years, both teams included. Now, Derrick Henry, he must feel so pissed off right now. He had like 200 yards, but they still lost. Lamar Jackson was awesome. He was like flawless, but they still lost. Josh Allen is probably going to win another MVP just off of this game alone. This game, it's gonna be talked about through generations of how good this game was. I don't even have words to explain how good this game was. This game is probably going to go down in history about the best opening game ever to a season. Final matchup we have is the Vikings versus the Bears Monday night. JJ McCarthy's NFL debut. Now, I don't know why I predicted this, but I predicted a tie. I have no idea, but it wasn't a tie. It was JJ McCarthy's comeback win. What a way to start off a career. a comeback win versus the Bears. That's not that impressive because the Bears are booty cheese. Anyway, the Bears. I don't know. This team was supposed to be like the next big offense with Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, new bunch of new weapons, but they just fall flat and short. Now with the Vikings, they're probably going to be the same thing last year, but a little bit worse. I'm not going to say worse, but not as good as last year because last year was just like a masterclass of of a season. That's never going to be replicated again in NFL history. Anyway, this I went a combined no. This week was pretty good in terms of a game. Anyway, I think that's gonna be it for this video, guys. This week I did pretty well. I went 13-3, really good. Anyway, I just want to say three things. One, subscribe to the channel and like so I can eat this, so you can watch me suffer, guys. And also subscribe to be part of the Ice Kingdom, my little ice cubes. Number two, be kind. Number three, God bless and peace out, bruz.